Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you play a song called I Choose You by Sara Bareilles. And it starts off with this, we'll end up cabling this on 2nd fret to kind of match the recording, but it does start off with this cool little bass line. And if you wanted to kind of follow those notes through the verse, you'd start 3rd fret on the low E string, and then 2nd fret on the low E string, and then open E, and then we could play another open E, and there's this cool little bass lick where you could play 2nd fret on the D, open E, and then you may want to kind of go to 2nd fret on the D string and do a hammer on the 4th fret on the D. So I'm kind of playing 2 and letting my finger go down with enough force to carry the sound over. And then you may want to throw in the pinky on the 5th fret on the D string. So it's kind of this 2, 4, 5 hammer on lick that might be kind of cool to throw in. And then you play 3rd on the A, 2nd on the A, and then open D, and then we do some more open D. And then we kind of repeat that idea, actually, kind of that 3, 3, 2, 2, oh, 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 2, oh, 2, 4, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, oh, 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 oh. All together on that bass line, you get kind of that 3, 3, 2, 2, oh, 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 2, oh, 2, 4, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, oh, 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 oh. And if you wanted to back that up with chords, actually, you'd start on a G major chord. When we play G major, 1st finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd fret, and 3rd finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. Now we kind of back up that 3rd fret on the low E string bass note. And you could even kind of try and work that as just a rhythm idea, kind of a down, down, and maybe kind of killing the strings, kind of match that lick if you kind of dig on that. And then from the G, we'd be going to a D major chord. When we play D major, 1st finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now around Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 2nd finger. Maybe add a D sus 2, kind of a dangerous finger there. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd, make that a D suspended chord, and kind of say some things around D chords. Or, because of that 2nd fret on the low E string bass note, you may want to kind of work a D slash F sharp, or D major with an F sharp in the bass. Or you could take that D major, take your thumb and kind of cover the low E string on the 2nd fret to kind of bring out that bass note. Or you could readjust your fingers and do 1st finger on the low E 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the high E 2nd, pinky on the B string 3rd, kind of work the D slash F sharp that way. Or you could use something called D sus slash F sharp, where you do 1st finger on the low E 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of work that for your knee and kind of dig on that. So we kind of started off with kind of that G, D slash F sharp, kind of following that bass line. And then we go to an E minor chord. When we play E minor, 1st finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord. It sounds really sad. Now you may also want to add in the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. That's an E minor 7 chord. We kind of dig on that. And it's almost like we kind of do 2 on the G, 2 on the D slash F sharp, and then E minor twice, and then we do another E minor. So kind of through that intro part, kind of matching the bass line. And then we go to a C major chord, and then we play C major. 1st finger goes to B on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd, 3rd finger on the A 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, the beautiful sounds of C major. Now while you're on C's, you may want to think about lifting off the 1st finger, making that a C major 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for C major 9, kind of say some things around the C chord. Or another way to play C major 9, we'll be doing 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the A 3rd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of working out for your C major chord. And then from the C, we could kind of back up that 2nd fret on the A string bass note. You could kind of go a couple ways here. You could work a G major chord, and if you strum just the A string to the high E string, that's something called G slash B, or G major with a B in the bass. So on that part, you may want to kind of bring out the C chord, and then the G chord, and then, or another possibility actually, if you're on the other C chord, kind of the 1, 2, 3, C, you may want to just kind of take the 3rd finger off and put the 2nd finger on the A string 2nd fret. That's kind of a C C/B or a C major with a B bass. But if that's a little bit easier to make that change for you, that might be kind of a cool option to kind of work that. And then at the very end, then we go back to our D major. So through that whole intro, kind of our main verse idea and also our chorus idea is kind of that G, D/F sharp, E minor, C, G/B, D major, D major. So you could kind of work it as just the down hits. Or if you wanted to kind of fill in that time, you could work some downstrokes, kind of a G, D/F sharp, E minor. So I'm just kind of doing downs and kind of adding a little bit of right hand beating to make that a little sneaky. Kind of dig on that. G, D/F sharp, E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C, G/B, D. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the G and just tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part is these chords are going really fast. So if you're just starting out, you may want to just think about this as almost kind of a halving idea on that G and D, kind of just the down, down up of each chord. And then you can try the E minor with the whole strum pattern. And then the C kind of down, down, up. G/B with a down, down, up. D with the whole pattern. So kind of dig on that. That might be a little bit easier to work. G, down, up, D/F sharp, E minor, C, G/B, D. Or another option actually is down, up, down, up, up, down, up, which kind of matches the feel of the tune a little bit better. Kind of down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up. So you can kind of still keep those halving places, the G, down, up, D/F sharp, E minor, down, up, down, up, down, C, down, down, G/B, D. If you kind of dig on that. Or, if you're fast enough, you can almost kind of do this as kind of a ×2 idea, kind of 2 strum patterns on each one. The ones that we're having right now, you have enough time to do the whole pattern. So you have kind of your D, down, up, down, up, D/F sharp, E minor, another E minor, C, down, down, up, G, D. So it's almost kind of a ×2 idea. Doing the strum pattern twice on each chord where we're having each other. You'll hear kind of this cool little 16th note strum pattern kind of getting used. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. Kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the G and do a down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Then on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, 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 down. So if you use that strum pattern, actually, you kind of gravitate to kind of half the pattern on the G, just the down, 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 up. Same thing on the D/F sharp, and then our whole pattern on the E minor. And then we get to the C, G/B, we can do the down, 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 up, and kind of just work half that pattern. Or another option, and what you'll kind of hear through that part of the song, is they're almost almost splitting the pattern. So you can take the G for the down, 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 up, but then go to the D slash F sharp for the up, down, down, up, down, and then the whole pattern on the E minor. And then we got our whole pattern on the C, or the down, 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 up, and then we go to the G for the up, down, down, up, down, up, and then the whole pattern. So you may want to kind of dig on that actually, especially on that last chorus. D slash F sharp, E minor. Twice and then going into our main pre-chorus. And you hear these other cool little bass lines come out through the pre-chorus where you can play the open E to the third fret on the low E to the open E, and then we go third on the A, second on the D, open G, and then open A, 4 on the A, and then 2 on the D, and then 3 on the A, 2 on the D, open G, and then kind of a first fret on the D string. Very cool change there. So all the way through that pre-chorus, those bass licks, you got kind of O, 3, O, 3, 2, O, O, 4, 2, 3, 2, O, 1. If you kind of dig on that. And the chords that would back that up, we'd start on the E minor chord, but then we go to a C major chord, and then we would go to an A major chord, and then we play A major. First finger goes to D on the second fret, second finger on the G second fret, and third finger on the B string second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the second finger, always a dangerous string to lift, and making that an A7 change. Or you may even kind of dig on doing the A major as kind of like a little mini bar with the first finger over the D, G, and B, kind of avoiding the E string at this point, or muting that out, and then using the third finger to fourth fret when that part of the bass line works. You can almost kind of use that first finger to kind of follow the chord and kind of have the third finger to kind of available to kind of work in that bass note idea. And then from the A we'd be going to a C major chord. But then that first fret on the D string, when that comes in, all of a sudden you start almost hearing things as a C minor chord. And randomly, if you're kind of digging on that 4-finger C major chord, you could take just the first finger of that and go back to the first fret on the D. And I know that's a big stretch. Kind of doing first finger on the D string on the first fret, second on the A, third finger on the B, third finger on the high third. That might be kind of a cool change to make. It's kind of going from that C major to a C minor idea, but very into that. Now, randomly, you could probably stay on C major and be cool. Or you could take the regular C major chord that we've been doing. If you wanted to, you could even kind of just lift off 1 and 2 and then put the first finger on the D string first fret and kind of work just the A string, D string, G string as kind of a little C minor chord. If you want to kind of get in that change, which can be very, very hip, going to that C minor at the end. So you could really use any of those rhythm options we've been talking about, kind of your E minor, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C, A major. You may want to have that C major to the C minor to kind of match that bass line. Or you could do the down, down, up, down, up. Kind of E minor, down, up, C, A major, and then C, down, up, C minor, down, up, if you kind of dig on that. Or if you're fast enough, and what really kind of matches the tune is kind of doing that ×2 idea, kind of E minor, C, then we'll be kind of repeating those parts through the song with some variations. Now the weird part is to play along with Sara, instead of starting on a G major chord, she's starting on an A major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 2nd fret, then now your G is really an A major chord, and your D slash F sharp is really an E slash G sharp, and your E minor chord is really an F sharp minor chord, and your C major is really a D major chord, and your A major is really a B major chord, and your C minor chord is really a D minor. But to take it from the very beginning, you may want to kind of kick it off with that intro lick, kind of just kind of following the bass line for that first verse. 3, 3, 2, 2, O, 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 2, O, 2, 4, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, O, O. Or you could kind of back that lick almost kind of with the downs on the chords, kind of G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B, D, D. Or you could fill in that time with the downs, kind of G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B, D. Or you could use the down, down, up, down, up. Kind of G, down, up, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B. Or you can mix that up with the down, up, down, up. Or you could do the times 2 idea, which I think really kind of matches the feel of the tune. Kind of G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B, D, G. Or you mix that up. Down, down, C, G slash B, D. Or if you kind of dig on it, you may just want to jump into that 16th note feel, kind of G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B, D. Kind of dig on that too. And we repeat that twice, and then we go into our pre-chorus part. So if we tried our pre-chorus, we could work that with the downs too. E minor, C, A, or C, C minor. Or you may just want to work that lick idea, kind of O, 3, O, 3, 2, O, O, 4, 2, 3, 2, O, 1. Or you could use the down, down, up, down, up, kind of E minor, C, A, C major, C minor, if you want to throw that change. Or you can do the times 2 idea and have that E minor, C, C major, C minor. Kind of dig on that. And then from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part, which is very much like our verse. So if we try that with our down, down, up, down, up, we have the G, D slash F sharp, kind of working the times 2 idea, E minor, C, G slash B, D. Or if you know the licks around these chords, feel free to throw them in too. D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B, D. And at the end of the chorus, we kind of backtrack back to our C chord, G slash B, D. It's like a little chorus tag. And then from there, we almost end up with almost like a little intro verse return before our next verse. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the G, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D, you'd normally have the D for the bass, unless you're doing the D slash F sharp, in which case you'd have low E for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have the low E for the bass. And on the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the G slash B, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the A, you'd have the A string for the bass. And if you're working the C minor change into that pre-chorus, you may want to use the A string for the bass on the C minor. So if we tried that through that intro, we could do it any of those ways too. So we could try it with a bass down, up, and kind of half the G, D slash F sharp. So G, down, up, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B, D with a D bass. Or you can mix that up a little bit. G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C with an A bass, G slash B, D. access to that too. And you can make it a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down, up. Cool variations. So then you have the G, D/F sharp, minor, C, G/B, D, D/F sharp, minor, C, G/B, D. Then we're going into our next pre-chorus. So we tried that with the bass, down, up, down, up. We have the E minor, C with an A bass, A with an A bass, C with an A bass, C minor with an A bass. Or if you're doing the times 2 idea, you'd have the E minor, dig on this, you can even kind of work the bass licks into the strumming actually. This can be a little weird. Kind of trying to follow that bass line with your strumming can be very cool. Kind of trying to bring out that bass lick around the chords. So kind of and then from that pre-chorus, then we'll be going into our next chorus. So we kept that going with kind of the times 2 idea. We have the G, D/F sharp, E minor, C, G/B, D, G. Or you can even mix it up between these ideas too. Kind of dig on that. From there, we'll be going into our bridge part. So we tried our bridge with a bass, down, up, down, up. We have our E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. And so it's like we have a big down on that one. Or if we tried our times 2 idea, you'd have the E minor, C, G, from there, then we'll be going into our last verse, our last verse chorus. So we're kind of back to our G idea. We kind of got more of those C, G, Ds at the very end. So there's actually kind of 3 of those tags at the very, very end. So we tried that with the 16th note feel. Yeah, the G, D/F sharp, E minor, C, that's the basics of how you can strum through I Choose You by Sara Bareilles. So, good luck.